Test, test, test. Hello, 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 hello. Hi all, and welcome to another edition of Midday Market Review, live trading, key trading setups, and popular markets analysis. YouTube Live and also TraderCast. Hi, my name is Phil and I'll be your presenter today. Let me just see that this is all working okay. Yeah, we are up and running. Midday market review. Brilliant. Okay, so hi all. I'll say hi to a few people who are currently logged in here as well. Christchurch and Christian.
We are waiting a rate decision from the Israeli central bank at the top of the hour, seeing a hike into spot 2.5% from spot 1%.
Daniel, Jeremy, Joe, Mr. Wards, Sean, Mr. O'Connor, Rose, Kay, Robert, anybody else who is, I can see people coming in. So hi. Okay, we'll go through a few of these slides very quickly. So for those of you who haven't seen this before, my name is Phil. I'll be your presenter today. If you're looking for a community of people, check out TraderCast.com. If you're looking for education, check out mytradingskills.com. Some of my courses are on that site, and some of them are completely free. Over the past 10 years, I had the privilege of speaking in front of various different industry events, and I had the privilege of teaching many people how to trade. Now, a big disclaimer, since I'll be talking about some live trades, and I'll be quite specific about some key trading levels. Anything I say here should not be considered to be advice, although I will be showing you some live trades, and I'll be showing you how I might be managing my positions. These are basically my opinions and experiences, and what I firmly believe a novice trader or early stages intermediate trader should be able to do. So opinions and experiences. These are my current open positions and the update on the positions I had open since Friday the 8th of April.
Meanwhile, the meeting between the Austrian Chancellor and Russian President Putin now said to have begun.
Let's see how this develops and how this impacts markets in general. But I was long S&P from 44.59.80. The price was fluctuating on Friday, and I've decided to get out in late afternoon. I was looking at breakout above 45 even, and maybe even higher. But then when I saw a reversal and dip around that level, retest of that level in the afternoon Friday ahead of the weekend, didn't really want to have anything open. I said I'm going to get out, and happy with that trade, really happy with that trade. So thank you, Mr. Mark.
Bank of Israel hikes to spot 3.5% from spot 1%. That's above the consensus. The Israeli central bank hikes to spot 3.5% from spot 1. We're seeing hiking, but only to spot 2.5%.
Excellent. The other position that I had open and it's closed was long Aussie dollar. I know some of you who were participating in the chat rooms on Friday, you were looking at lower levels and so on, but I decided to get in at 74.63. I think looking at it now, it was probably too soon. I got in too soon. The price eventually started going back higher. I'll show you all of that, and I was moving my stop loss closer and closer to the entry, and I was actually stopped out overnight this morning, my time overnight, at 74.53. So this is a losing trade. This trade was losing more. This was a bigger losing trade on Friday initially, and then it started recovering and so on, but it just didn't play out. It didn't work out in my favor, so I got out. I have two other positions still open since Friday. I'm long euro dollar at 108.60, and I'm also long sterling dollar. I'm long cable at 130.26, and I'll show you how that's playing out at the moment. Okay, so where are we at the moment? So let me show you that euro dollar first, and I'll show you the analysis of that first, and then I'll show you where I am with that. Sorry, 34,580, 34, still too far away for me. 44.55. S&P. Okay, I'll update you on what I'm doing with the indices at the moment. From what I didn't really mention is that from the pre-US equities opening, the US markets are opening in about 28 minutes time. So there is a little report here saying US futures decline, pointing to more challenges from global shares after the Federal Reserve last week signaled sharp interest rate hikes and balance sheet reduction to curb price pressures. Europe's Euro Stoxx 600 fell as investors focused on an uncomfortably tight presidential race in France, with technology stocks leading declines. This is a very quick summary. You've heard in the news that Austrian and Russian prime ministers are meeting. Apart from all of that, inflation, rising rates, war create uncertain outlook for US earnings. US bank deposits could drop for first time since World War II. France, Macron heads to Le Pen stronghold in search of more votes. US economy grows just 0.1% in February, missing expectations. A few other news streams here pointing to a very similar stories, but that's pretty much it. Okay, so let's go and check out a euro dollar first, and then we can check out cable, and then we can check out a few other things, and then talk about a few other markets. So from the trend point of view, this is a downtrending market. So this is a daily time frame, and for those of you who are fairly new to this type of broadcast or analysis, you can see that I have nothing on these charts. I have no indicators. I have no oscillators at the bottom. I have no moving averages. I'm using very simple trend recognition, price action trading, and a trend following, I suppose, approach. So this is downtrending market in daily. In 4 hourly, there is an energy build up here. The trade that I have currently open, it's actually a counter trend trade. It's a counter trend trade, but I'm happy to hold it, and I'll manage it in the right level as well. We have a couple of levels of interest, which is this cluster of the lows here and here at 109.53, which is where we got the spike here, and now we are seeing a bit of a pullback and reversal. Above that level we have this little consolidation zone here, which is also of interest as a potential resistance on the upside. So breakout and the push higher. From the hourly point of view, all of this can morph into a shoulder, head, and potentially shoulder, and if that works out, you'll see a pullback and then rally, and that rally could lead with a breakout above here, which is going to be considered a neckline of this bottoming pattern here. They tend to do something like this. So you see a rally, breakout, and then shortly after that the price usually does an extension to the upside in the same number of points as the previous consolidation. And this area here is also quite important because we can apply a basic fib retracement, and this gives us this zone of 50 to 61.8. So now I don't mean to be confusing anybody, and what I'm doing here is really not a rocket science. If you're not familiar with what I'm doing here, you know, go and check out some courses on how to use Fibonacci to identify retracements, how to identify support and resistance, how to recognize the trend. You can actually check it out on My Trading Skills. Some of these courses are completely free, so check them out. That's it. The alternative would be, if that doesn't happen and continuous selling pressure pushes the price through this sequence of the lows down here at 108.60, which is where my entry was, then all of this would be negated very quickly, and you would see a flush lower and then continuation to the downside, potentially opening the retest of 108.20, 108, 107.80, 107.50 to the downside. So it will very, very quickly flush lower, and the price will stay lower. So this is what I'm looking at. The reason why I'm going for this counter trend trade is because I believe that market is already pricing in certain amount of rate hikes by Federal Reserve, and the expectations are already there. So some of it is already priced in that US dollar strength, and anytime they do something or announce the same scenario or reaffirm their message that they are planning to carry on with the rate hikes, that will have lesser and lesser impact on US dollar a bullishness, and potentially we could see a surprise reversal in currencies like euro, which are falling behind the curve. So that's the basic premise for euro dollar, and what I'll do is I'll show you where I am with that trade at the moment. So far I'm keeping an eye on this as a support. I'm seeing this as a corrective pullback, and this little hammer here is normally a good indication that potentially we could see more upside. This is all covered in Trading for Beginners course. It's a very, very basic course talking about the confirmations for the entry, trend recognition, support and resistance, and so on. Where am I now? High all. So euro dollar ticket. Sorry, not a ticket, the chart. That's where we are with euro dollar. So this trade is in the money now. So you can see that the entry was at 108.60. So this is an hourly chart that you're seeing, and as I said, I'm seeing this as a low for a potential shoulder. Then you see a lower low for a potential head. Then this here is higher low. So low, lower low, same low, lower low, higher low. So potentially this could be the beginning of something that I was describing as inverse head and shoulder, and they have the tendency to mark an oversold bounce backs, at least a breakout to the upside or something like that. So this is the P&L currently. My stop loss is at these lows. I was sitting through this position in the past here, which was a loss-making position for a while on Friday when the US markets opened, and then we saw this big reversal in this bullish engulfing candle, and then subsequently the price went higher. So this is where the price closed on Friday. This is where the price opened on Sunday, i.e. when New Zealand and Australian markets started opening. So this was the reaction of it, and now this is the European Open, and now we are in here just ahead of the US Open. So so that's where I am. So what I'm going to do is, just in the case if there is a flashback lower and so on, I am going to move my stop just above a break even. So I'm going to lock in about 7.5 points. So I'm moving my stop to 108.67. which is up here just above where the entry is. If the price flushes lower, I'll be stopped out and I'll walk away with something, but I'm not cashing in on this trade just yet. I think that potentially if this plays out, we could see more upside, and I'm happy to hold. The other position that I have open is cable. So let me just show you where we are with the cable at the moment. So sterling dollar, very similar situation here. I was expecting, so this is a daily time frame. You're seeing high, lower high, lower high. There is a selling pressure here. If you zoom in, you can see there is a coiling pattern here. High, lower high, low, slightly higher low, and then a flush lower, and so on. These type of patterns, they have a tendency to precede explosive breakouts, and this was my premise for Friday. I was looking for a rally from the lows into this resistance, and then around here for possibly another leg lower. So this is yet again a shorter term counter trend trade, but that didn't play out. The price is still very close to where I entered, and it's fluctuating between winning and losing a kind of P&L and so on. The alternative is if we see the loss of these lows down here, this area here, it would be very, very quick, fast and furious dip towards 1 spot 29 to the downside. So far I'm keeping an eye on it. I am long, I'll show you that position, but I might get out of this position quicker than out of my euro position, because it doesn't look as a little bit more probable, if you want to use that word, like euro. It's still basing here, so this is a low and low, double bottom here. This could be a breakout, but not as good as the other one. So what I mean is flush lower, retest, flush lower, so double bottom here, and this is the first higher low. So this would be a retest of this high, and if I see a breakout above this area here, that would be quite encouraging. Potentially that would be a breakout above high, lower high, lower high, lower high. So that will be a breakout above that. It will also be a breakout above this double bottom, potentially looking for more upside towards 132, 132.50 on the upside. But that's where I am with the cable. Not a clear cut, but I'm holding it. I am holding it at the moment. Are you guys looking at anything yourselves? Is there anything of interest? So yet again, entry at 130.26. It was a losing trade for a while. This is the hourly time frame price action. You can see that my stop is still quite wide. My stop is at 46 points below where I entered. I don't want to move it just yet. I will move it if I see a breakout and a candle close above this high at 130.60, 130.50. So you have low, 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 loss of that high, and then another high here. So there is that horizontal. That was the level which was tested in the past as a support, 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 and resistance, and resistance. So once we see the challenge to that and break through that level, that would encourage me to move my stop higher, close to entry, and then look for the continuation to the upsides. But that's where I'm at the moment. So my P&L currently is showing that I'm in positive. It's blue. It's about $30 on P&L, but nothing to get excited about just yet. Nothing to get excited about it just yet. Okay. So the other thing that we can talk about very quickly before the US markets open in about 13 minutes from now. Oh, thank you. Uh, Sorry, I was just told I was speaking to myself. Test, 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 test. Test, test, yes. So I'm slurping on coffee. So this is Dow. I see this as a breakout high, a lower high, breakout, and a push higher. This looks like a pennant. Thank you, thank you. And the way this is normally traded is people who tend to trade this type of patterns, they would take the widest point of this consolidation and add it at the point of the breakout, and this gives them the take profit. So hence there is this area here which corresponds to these clusters of the highs here as well. Too soon to go long Dow just yet here. But I'm looking for bullish setups. I'm looking for a bullish setups with Dow around this zone. So here we go. Low, this low, morning star reversal here, a retest of that, buying pressure, wick, couple of touches here, another couple of touches here, fake out. So flush lower and the big bullish engulfing. I really like this level, 34,350. So what I'm going to do is, I know this is probably a different approach to trading to some of you. Just in case if I'm talking or if I'm busy and the price flush is lower, I would like to have ability to get in. So I'm going to place an order to buy Dow at 34,360. So let's do that, and then my stop is going to be 130 points lower. around here, so 34,220, and my take profit is going to be up here to 35,230, 35,400. So this was 850 points, roughly. 850 points on the upside for take profit. Risk to reward ratio, quite nice. I'm gonna keep it up and running. Let's see. It might not happen. It might not be filled. I might also decide to go long at the breakouts of this area. So if I see rally, breakout, retest, and a push higher, I would also trade that long. So something like this: breakout, and then possibly a retest. The same would apply. So this would be the widest point, and then that would be the entry. The stop would be down here, and this is where the take profit is. It just, markets are fractal. I can show you the same type of setup or patterns repeating in different time frames for the same market over and over and over again. It's a question of how you trade, what your entry time frame is. Are you a scalper? Are you a swing trader? You know, how you trade as well. That might decide on which pattern you're reacting to as well. But that's where we are. That's where I am actually. So that's where I am. That's where we are with the Dow at the moment. After taking a major stake in Twitter, Elon Musk will not take a seat on the company's board. Okay. US pre-market, Twitter is down 1.5%. Musk decided not to join board, but may engage in talks on strategy and governance. US stocks set for a tough start to the week, according to News Squawk. Reuters, Russia will not pause its military operation in Ukraine for subsequent rounds of peace talks, according to Russian Foreign Ministry. This is reported by Reuters News. Queen Elizabeth said COVID-19 had left one very tired and exhausted as she talked to health workers, according to Reuters again. Sorry. Just checking to see if there is anything else worth reporting. Okay, let's go and check out gold. I know some of the people were talking about gold before. And also crude oil, it's coming to a nice level. So now, what I'll do is I'll jump on crude first. Yet again, this is a crude as an uptrending market. Low, higher, low, higher, low, higher, low, higher, low. This looks a little bit more corrective, but overall, it's still fairly good. The structure is still in place, and if we are talking about a release of strategic reserves by the US in order to dampen the price of oil, could be short-lived. Now we are talking about potential sanctions against Russia to include the ban of crude oil export as oil producing country. That will have a direct impact on supply and demand, and as such it will have an impact on the pricing volatility as well. So far those sanctions have not been approved, but they're still talking about them. So this looks like a retest of a very significant level here. This is the 4-hourly chart.
Just a heads up, moving to 3 minutes till the bottom of the hour. We are expecting to hear from Fed's Bowman, Waller and Bostich.
So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go long crude oil at this level, 94.50. I'm going to go long crude. My broker is currently quoting at 94.25, 94.21. I don't want to do the order, I'm going to do a live. My stop is going to be quite wide. Where am I now? So about 400 points of stop and 1,000 points on the upside. So that's on. So what I've done is I decided to go long here. It was triggered by the level 94.50 on this chart. My broker is quoting slightly better price, 94.27 at the moment. Nanda 197, welcome. So that's where I am with crude oil. Let's see how this plays out. If I'm wrong, then this could be a very much short-lived trade. The price will flush lower. We can lose these lows down here, and then this would just be a little oversold bounce back, and we can see a gradual move lower towards 91.50, possibly even 90. If the price does break above this sequence of the lower highs and we see a breakout above here, it wouldn't be unusual to see the extension of this move higher towards this falling resistance trend line here, and that falling resistance trend line would be basically referencing this high, this high, this high, and this high down here towards 100. So possibly, here we go, US markets are open at the moment. US markets are open at the moment. Okay, so that's where I am. It's a swing type position, and I'm happy to hold it. I'll see how this plays out. Now, the other thing that I want to talk to you about is crude. Sorry, we talked about crude. We want to talk about gold. Swing type position. Sorry, just checking that this is all streaming through okay. I just realized that I can post the week ahead. There we go. Week ahead posted in the community, but basically what we are talking about here is Monday. Bostic, Walter Bowman and Evans speak. Bank of Japan, Kuruda also. EU foreign ministers are due to meet. Tuesday, tomorrow, we have Feds Brainard and Barkin, and earnings from Saudi Aramco and ASOS. On Wednesday, 13th of April, we have Bank of Canada interest rate decision. So if you're trading Canadian dollar crosses, that's the big one to watch. But we also have earnings from JP Morgan, BlackRock, Delta Airlines and Tesco. Thursday, 14th of April, ECB rate decision. Fed Masters and Harker are due to speak. So ECB decision, volatility across euro currency crosses. Earnings, Wells Fargo, Morgan Stanley, Goldman Sachs, Citi, Bank, Coinbase and Ericsson. The week will finish on Friday with US April Empire Manufacturing Index, March Industrial Production Capacity Utilization, China March New Home Prices and ECB Survey of Professional Forecasters. So it's that's the week ahead. That's posted in the community, guys. Is there anything else that's triggering the news? Sorry, I forgot to show you this. Sorry, I'll do that straight away. So this is where I am with crude oil. This trade is open. There we go. So I got in here at 94.27, 29, whatever I got filled. The stop is really wide. The stop is almost 400 points below. But I will be very quick to get out of this position if I see the loss of these lows at 92.60. If I see a flash lower, I would get out. I wouldn't wait for a stop loss to be triggered. I would probably get out of this position myself. If this works out to be a good trade, some partial profits could be around 96, possibly 98. So cluster of these lows here, cluster of these highs, definitely some profit taking. Then 100, nice and round number, and then 102, 103, 104. As we go along, I'll be looking to take partial profits. I'll be moving the stop loss closer and closer and closer to the entry, or above entry, and locking in some unrealized gains like that. So that's where I'm with the crude oil. So this is a live trade as well, and I'm just gonna let it run for now. Dow Jones is not doing what it's supposed to do. It's supposed to be going lower in order for me to get in. Instead, it's rallying. Nasdaq is pushing a little bit lower. S&P is looking for a direction. Gold is going sideways. Euro dollar, pretty much a little bit of sell-off. Cable sideways. Nothing major going on there. Absolutely nothing major going on with these two other trades. Nanda197, if you need something covered, feel free and ask. If you're watching on the community side, I'm just sending you a message asking you if you're okay. Do you need something? Do you need something covered? Ask, feel free. I'll be more than happy to cover it for you. Hopefully you're enjoying the courses as well. Hopefully you're enjoying the courses. You're finding them useful. But Robert, might be a low volatility week with all the holidays this week, and yeah, it could be. We have just sorry, test test, yeah, all good. I did mention that at the end of the last week, but we have a market closure on Friday, so markets are closed. So firstly, markets are closing earlier on Thursday, 14th of April. So they're closing earlier than normal. And then Friday, it's Good Friday, so markets are closed on Friday, so there'll be no broadcast, no market analysis. It's pointless talking about, you know, market if it's closed, you know. And then Monday the 28th, because we have Easter on the 17th, Monday the 18th, Monday the 18th of April, we have Easter holiday, which is a regional holiday. So I think it'll be a very low liquidity in the market this time around, because most of the traders are looking to take an extended weekend. So be careful if you are trading towards the end of the week and at the beginning of next one. Although some markets could be moving, might not be the best time to be holding open positions because of that liquidity. So let me just see if this is okay. That's better. That's better. Okay, so my euro is not doing well, cable is not doing well, it's not reversing higher. I might be looking to get out of this trades fairly quickly. They're still okay, but nothing new there. Let's talk about gold very quickly. Let's talk about gold. This is our gold trade here. Energy buildup, energy buildup, energy buildup, explosive breakout higher. This appears to be quite bullish. Here we go. The next level is at 1975, and then above that we have 1990, and then 2000. Possibly even higher. So what to do with the gold at the moment? Well, I have nothing open with gold at the moment. Since I've missed it, I'm not going to chase it, because if I get in long now, I could end up holding a hot potato. So I would rather wait for either a consolidation like this forming here somewhere, which then I can react to, or read or anticipate. This here is a smaller version of this, and they have the tendency to break to the upside. So this is the first breakout, and then subsequently higher breakout. Crude oil, I'm just keeping an eye on it. Crude oil is reversing a bit. Not so positive like I was a few minutes ago, but it's still a valid position. It's still a valid position. Gold, here we go. Low, higher low, higher low, higher low. So we can also pay attention to the existence of this trend line here. The basic premise would be if we see a pullback to that trend line and then a nice reversal in a shape of a hammer, something like this forming here, or something like this forming here. That could potentially be of interest. So gold, I might have an order for gold, just in a case. So let me do that. So gold, I might even have an order for gold. Working orders, no, I have card. Let me just delete that one. I have Wall Street, which is fine. What I might be doing right now. Here we go. So gold, I'm gonna go order buy long at 1945. The stop is at 1915. Oh, sorry, wrong, 20. 1925. So $20 in move for a stop, and my limit order is going to be at 50 points higher, or $50, 1995, and I'm gonna set my limit order and see if that plays out. If I get filled, I get filled. If not, okay, no harm done. At least there is something. At least there is something there that could be triggered. But I would rather wait for this to happen. Read the price action. See it basically happen, and then react to that. But let's see. That's gold. Just realized the time. This has been going on for about 50 minutes now or so. Let me see if there are any questions. If anybody's saying anything, asking anything. Just going back to Dow. That's the level. We're not there yet. Not there yet. Crude oil is also not doing well at the moment. It's a bit of a reversal here. I'll be paying attention to these lows. If I see a loss dip below these lows, I would definitely get out of this trade. So far, holding it. It's showing a loss, but I'm holding it. So you just stop there. Is there anything of interest to you guys? Do you need anything covered? Do you need anything analyzed, talked about? Should we go and check out some charts? You let me know. Somebody was mentioning earlier about that Aussie trade. You can see that it attempted to go higher and it didn't. Attempted to go and attempted to, and nothing. So I thought, okay, fine, I'm gonna get out. Luckily, the stop was moved closer and closer and closer to the entry, and I walked away with, I believe, about 10-point stop or something on this trade. But it didn't play out. So where to for Aussie next? Um, $74.10 to the downside. $74.10. So this little area here potentially with tight stop will take profit up here, but so far this looks like a sideways consolidation. So there's no trend here. So these type of patterns, they can dip below the lows, and if that's the case, then this will be a continuation of this selling pressure here. Otherwise this can form a basing pattern, and the way this basing pattern would play out would be like this: a rally, 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 a breakout above here, a retest for the extension to the upside, and then that extension to the upside could be based on a number of different things, but here's the 61.8 fib. It could be a trend line, it could be some kind of moving average there, it could be a Bollinger Band, it could be a pivot level, it could be, you know, various different things up here, 75.50, 75.70 or thereabout. And that's where we are with Aussie. So far, not very much movement there. Just going sideways. Just going sideways. Okay, I'll be back with you tomorrow, guys. Thank you all very much for watching and listening. Stay safe, happy trading. I'm finishing the broadcast now. It's about 55 minutes. 55 minutes of the broadcasting since the beginning. So thank you all very much for watching and listening. Stay safe, happy trading, and I'll speak to you all tomorrow. Bye for now. Thanks.